So we are mainly here to speak about being satisfied in Christ, really. That's the whole thing. Being and living free and living a delivered life in Christ. One is not really satisfied until they are free. So for one, we must be free. That's a must. We have to be free. We are not free until we are delivered. And we can get delivered and get free for a moment, but it's up to us if we're going to fall back into what we were just delivered from. That can cause you to be unsatisfied as well. And there's a lot of positives in being single. Now for me, I don't always like to answer to people, and my pastor knows, because I have to ask him, and I'm glad about that. The Lord will set you up to get delivered. You ask him, he'll set you up. Mm-hmm. So with my pastor, I have to ask him, can I go, as far as being a minister in the church, a leader, we have to ask him, we go like to events like this, or let him know that we're going out of town. I don't always want to do that. I mean, I ain't got to answer to nobody, so we think. You know what I'm saying? That's our leader, and he watches for our soul. The same thing our husband will do. And we're going to have to ask him, and, we got to ask him, can we fast, and, all that stuff. So, I don't want to be doing all that, but, being single, you can go and come as you please. You can, wear what you want to wear unless, somebody tells you that you can't wear that stuff because it's too tight. Somebody over here. Pull your skirts in. That's too short. Which is good,
Mm-hmm. That's tough love from a friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, she gives it to me. We should be enjoying life. It's really a gift to be single. Now, when people told me this, I'll be like, you married. I don't want to hear that. And then some single people would say, it's a gift to be single. No, it ain't. You just can't find nobody. That's what I was thinking. But it's out there for everybody. Right. Yes, it is. It really is. But it is a gift to be single. And I had to, all of this stuff that I'm telling y'all is already settled in my spirit. God has already took me through all of this. So as far as it being a gift, you can pray as long as you want to. You can get up and pray when you want to. You don't have to worry about pleasing your husband as far, fleshly or anyway. You don't have to get up and fix dinner for the kids and do stuff for the kids, do stuff for the husband. Just get up and do what you want to do. You can go on mission trips. You ain't got to get permission for that. You ain't got to worry about your husband. Well, what he going to eat? Is he going to be okay? Go out and have fun with your friends. Have girls' night. Go out for the weekend. Cause, like my friends, we call ourselves the cheaters. There's 4 of us. And I'm the only one that's still single for now. But God is changing it. So like, I'll be ready to go. Like, let's go have fun. Can we go out? And all of them have kids. Can we go out? Let's do this. Well, I got to check with my husband. I got to make sure my kids fed. Let me ask. Well, no, he said I can't go. And I'll be pissed. Like, can we say that? Y'all all right with that word, too? I'll be PO when I say that. I'll be mad. Like, why he ain't going to let you out? We just going, for a couple of hours. The main thing is, while we are single, is to seek God. And can everyone take out your mirrors? Everybody have their mirrors? You have your mirror out.
Oh, okay.
See? Did I get you? You got it. That's what we should look to. Society be like, you need to be married. You need to find yourself a man.
Oh, okay.
Find yourself this and find yourself that. And no, society needs to stop telling us who we should be,
exactly.
How we should be, how we should look, how we should talk. We don't answer to society. We answer to God. And then we're in society, we're in this world, but we're not of it. So why should we look like them when we're trying to draw them to us? We can't, like me, I'm 36, like I said, never been married. And I was giving God the blues, like, Lord, like, was it 2011, I was depressed the whole year. I had lost some weight in 2008, 2009, and it came back 2011. Like, y'all was sitting around my couch eating granola bars with some peanut butter and honey. I still eat it, but I do it moderately. But, like, I have a whole box, and I would eat, like, 3 of them. I mean, just smashing. And then just come home, sitting in my same environment. Like, the house is the same, and just that same sad environment. And, oh, my God, I ain't going to never get nobody. And why I ain't married, and crying. I was like, I think I was 34. I ain't got no kids. My friends got this, my friends got that. And, the Lord, he helped me through all that, because her life is not my life. Her process is not my process. We can't look at our friends, because the things she's been through, and I want y'all to get her book. She wrote a book called Excerpts from the Heart. I'll give you more information. Yeah, and this lady here, she's boy. But the things she's been through, I wouldn't have been able to take it. And some of the stuff I've been through, she wouldn't have been able to take it. So we cannot compare ourselves, our life to anybody, because we are our own person.
I was just thinking that, sometimes I think it's where we mess up.
Mm-hmm.
It's by trying to gauge our life or other people's life, because God made us individuals, and then everything is going to be different. And going back to another thing he said, people always trying to mess with the single people. There are some women who are actually threatened because some of us are single women in the church.
Yeah.
And I just have to ask myself the question on this part too, is I'm thinking, well, what kind of relationship do you have?
Mm-hmm.
If you have to be watching your husband every time he might come up and, just have a conversation, and it's always about God or some work that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's got to be a miserable life.
Yes.
But what I did is, I'm a divorce. I've been divorced for several years.
Mm-hmm.
And what I always do is I say, you know what, I messed up the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but God, if I'm supposed to be married again, God is going to have to send me this man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do it myself, because I know I will
Right.
mess up, and I know what he has for me is going to be perfect.
Come on, ma'am.
That's what
Yes, ma'am. I'm with that. Okay, can you turn to Matthew 6:25 to 34? Verse 27, I think. Has anyone, by fussing in front of the mirror, ever gotten taller by so much as an inch? All this time and money wasted on fashion, do you think it makes that much difference? Instead of looking at the fashions, walk out into the fields and look at the wildflowers. They never print or shop, but have you ever seen color and design quite like that? Ain't that something?
Awesome.
Like, some of the colors that I've seen, okay, like in the ocean, at the bottom of the ocean, and all that water, that is heavy. But God has equipped these animals, these fish, to survive under all that weight. If we was down there, we would be dead, like not even halfway down. Like it'd be, maybe a third or something. But God has equipped them. They ain't got to worry about nothing, how they gonna breathe. Like, oh, this water's too heavy, I'm about to die. And they beautiful, and God keeps them up. So why do we get so crazy? Like, Lord, when you gonna give me a husband? I ain't got nobody. Oh my God! And He's taking care of these fish and these birds and these flowers. We don't ever see that. They never print or shop, but have you, ever seen? Yep. The 10 best dressed men and women in the country look shabby alongside them. And that's the truth. These fashion, stylists, like they do some good stuff, but they cannot compare against God.
Amen.
We could get a thought in our mind about these men that we want, but it don't compare against the man God has already made. Because physically, the men that I've, almost dated, they were good physically, but spiritually, it was like, ugh. But the dude that I'm talking to now, he's shorter than, because I like my dudes like 6'7", 6'5". He's shorter than that, but everything else is good. I don't have to worry about, who else you talking to, or are you playing with my heart and all this. I ain't got to worry about that, because I didn't make this. God made that. Verse 30. If God gives such attention to the appearance of wildflowers, most of which are never even seen, don't you think he'll attend to you, take pride in you, do his best for you? What I'm trying to do here is to get you to relax. This is still the Message Bible. To not be so preoccupied with getting, so you can respond to God's giving. People who don't know God and the way he works fuss over, man, come on. People who don't know God and the way he works fuss over these things. We know God. Mm-hmm. And we know that he's going to deliver and give us what we need. Mm-hmm. So why fuss over something that God is already taking care of? We have to relax. And when you relax, you know, you start seeing because you're not so stressed. And you focus back on what you need to be focused on, which is God. So yeah, our tears and emotions are blocking us from life, from living our best life as God has called us to live. We are supposed to be living in the abundance of Christ. You have a question? Oh, okay. We are supposed to be living in the abundance of Christ. We need to stop being so mediocre, even in our prayers. Why, pray for $1,000 blessing? I want $1 million. I don't want to work all the time. I would love to go on mission trips and do all that stuff, and that be what I do, instead of, punching the clock. I don't want to do that all the time.
You remember Pastor Fritz was talking last night when she said she was worried about the dress when God had the house for her.
Right. I wish I had some.
We got to take God out of that box.
Right.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
And we all hear it all the time. What God has for me is for me. Mm-hmm. I don't worry about it. I mean, there was a time I used to trip about a whole lot of things. Mm-hmm. But one day, I began to read His Word. And then I begin to see it, for myself. But you hear people talk about the Bible all the time. Mm-hmm. But when God lets His words come to life for you, then you see everything differently. And then you're like, oh, okay, I just have to believe and trust and be obedient. Yeah. Yeah. And then everything else falls in place.
Mm-hmm. And even when you said, what God has for me is for me, even them hard tests, mm-hmm. that hard, long process, all of that, mm-hmm. that's for you. Mm-hmm. You can't outrun God. You can't outdo God. No. You're going to go through your process willingly, or, you're going to be snatched up in it somehow. I'd rather go through willingly. Because willingly, it probably be less time, less heartache, right. You know what I'm saying? If you force into it, and you force them and you fighting, like somebody push you, I don't want to do this, it's going to take you long, because then you got to get your mind, I'm telling y'all what I know. You got to get your mind settled. You got to stop fighting. You got to relax. Like, that was my thing for years. Even still, I need to relax in some way. But, like, all of that, you just do it willingly. But, yeah, what God has for us is for us. The good and what we call the bad. Because it's all good. Because we all, getting perfected. So, let's see. We are supposed to be living in the abundance of Christ, yet we are living in abundance of tears, abundance of control, the spirit of Jezebel, or lack of control, rejection. We live in abundance of neglect, lust, society. We are living a life filled with voids, open pit holes, when we need to be made whole. And I have pulled up some stuff about the spirit of Jezebel.
Oh.
It's
she's something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. And the spirit of Jezebel is not, just because it's a female name, it affects men as well. Mm-hmm. The Jezebel spirit is sociopathic, so it's already, she's mental. They gain power by destroying others. And some of this stuff, I found it myself. Is that number one? Yes. I found it myself, and I'm sure you all are fans, and y'all too. Or you have been delivered from it. It is like an adrenaline rush when they win over someone. They manage to get in positions of authority and are difficult to displace once there. Ooh, that's somebody's flashing my mind. Don't pray for them. They're controlling, manipulative, mm-hmm. bossy. They can either be warlike in their personalities, so that they are intimidating. And warlike, they always fighting against something. Like, can you just chill? Why you got to, you know what I'm saying? So Or they can be so sweet, perfect, deceitful, timid, and sneaky, they are able to fool and recruit others to join them. So you know, when people talk about that clique, or like they say in high school, the mean girls, that's that spirit of Jezebel. That's what that is. Sometimes they can be very charming and charismatic. They're critical of others, vicious to the point of bloodthirsty. They're never wrong. They recruit others in their charges against their victims. They are narcissistic, meaning it's all about them.